happens in most cases. So anytime you are looking at the order of this form, then you are looking at second order. Please just look at how it is done, right? Uh, you have it like this. At the end of the day, you need to move all the arrows. Okay, you need to move the arrows from here to this side. Okay, and then take any of the lines and then assign the regression weight to it. Any of the lines, and then assign the regression weight to it. Right? That is all under the second order modeling. Okay, it is not difficult. It is not difficult at all. All that you need to do is just assign a value of 1, but because now it is moving from here to this side, you need to add the error margins to each of the construct. It's like now they are one or the other a dependent variable. Okay, they are dependent variable. So you add the, the errors to each one of them, and then you assign the one to any of the lines, depending on where you are taking the lines to. Okay, okay. So that is that. It's very simple. So when you get so if you look at it, you can see this is the first order factor loadings. These are the first order factor loadings. Okay, and these are the second order factor loadings. First order factor loadings, second order factor loadings. Okay, very simple, very simple. Okay, then performing second order CA for a single construct. Okay, so you have something like this. The model is estimating the effect of training transfer on its sub-constructs. That is, the residual is required. Okay, so that is the error here. Okay, this one in terms, so we need the error. Okay, we need the error here, we need the error here. So now it's like this is the main construct. So knowledge, skills, and attitude, we can put everything together and term it as transfer of training or training transfer. Okay, we term it as such. All right. So that is with this one, the diagram. So you can also have yours like that, depending on the kind of study that you are performing. So when you perform the test, this value which we are saying is the second order, that is the R square or second order construct. Okay. So at the end of the day, there will be a value here. Okay, that represents the R square. And then the factor loading for the second order will also be here. So you are having two values here. One, this value here is for this round circle knowledge. And then this value here, it's from here to this side, which is this. Okay, that is the loading. Okay. Then we just, the same applies to the rest, the same thing there. Okay. So it is not a problem. It is not a problem at all. It is not a problem. You can also have it like this. You see, you can have your items, your construct here, from here there to this side, and you have another one. Remember, financial performance might not necessarily be under corporate entrepreneurship. So we see that financial performance is on its own. Okay, assuming that the financial performance is part, then you will see the line also moving to financial performance like this. Okay, but to the knowledge of this writer, he thinks financial performance is a variable on its own. It doesn't constitute corporate entrepreneurship. It is on its own. But at the end of the day, he wants to also find out the correlation. Okay, this is a kind of covariance we standardize, it becomes what? A correlation, okay, between these two what? Variables. Okay. The network is unstable. Is it on my side, or your end? Okay, but please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that is for this particular one. Okay, then let's see if there are more to. Okay, so this particular paper, this is how he reported his result. Okay, so you have the factor loadings here. You have the comeback reliability, the average variance extracted. You have them there. Okay, so these are the loadings for innovation. These are the loadings, and then the overall comeback composite reliability, and then the average variance extracted. Okay. All right. Then we have the discriminant validity side, right? It's also here. Okay. So it says once the requirement for unidimensionality, validity, and reliability of the measurement models are met, the researcher could proceed to modeling the structural model and testing hypothesis. Okay, so once you've been able to validate everything is on its course, then you can proceed and then do the test of what? Hypothesis. That's the most important thing. Other than that, I don't think you'll be able to speak to your hypothesis. So why are we even worrying ourselves to talk about validating here and there, ensure that that is a confidence that you have that your model is working, okay, or you believe in your hypothesis that this hypothesis is this, it is true. I am telling you that it is supporting. There is association between motivation and performance, or I am saying that there is a relationship between training and performance. But if you don't validate it, you yourself, you will not feel comfortable. Okay, it's like you just sitting somewhere and then you decide to do something on your own, right? Just to create something. Fine, you'll be able to create one or two things, but will you be confident in yourself for you to do this kind of work, and at the end of the day, you are not confident, right? Someone can call for your data. Yes, you say you have done this. Some of the journals, they require you to bring your data set, the data that you use to validate the, or maybe you use it for your work. Some of them will require you to send it to them for them to also do the checks. Okay, the higher journals, that is what some of them do. So you see, if you think you might just sit somewhere and do something, it will you also realize that what you have done, it is not to a standard. Okay, yeah. So please, we are doing all this validation so that we will be confident in ourselves that, okay, I collected the data, or I got a data from somewhere. I went through all the necessary steps, and this is the result that I have. Okay, and truly, there is association between corporate entrepreneurship and financial performance. If you doubt it, this is the data that I gathered. These are the procedures that I use to collect the data. These are the procedures that I use to do the analysis. These are the procedures that I use to do this. So see, at the end of the day, you will have control over your study, right? So that is one of the reason why we are worrying ourselves to do all this kind of validating here and there. Okay. All right. So these are the path coefficient of the model. So once you are able to do it, you are able to get some results. Okay. So if you want it in the standardized regression form, you do that. If you don't want it, so this is the standardized. So what we see here are the standardized regression weight, and then on standardized regression weight. So from here, you can proceed and then test your hypothesis. Okay, you can test your hypothesis. I think basically that is that, right? Now there is a theory that is mostly used, service quality, mostly those in the hospitality industry. They use it a lot. I don't know of the other faculty, or let's say the other unit. They have this, they call it SEPA or something. That is service quality in short. Okay, which has got these dimensions, right? So it has assurance, empathy, tangibility, reliability, and responsiveness. Okay, yeah. I think I also did a similar work for one professor at UCC. Yeah, Professor Ishmael Mensah. Yeah, he was doing this kind of studies, and I did a work for him in that area, service quality. That is why I got to know some of their constructs. Okay, yeah. So this one too is there. This one too is there. You can also have it like this with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimensions of service quality. You can have it like this. At the end of the day, you can measure. So now, if you run it, you can see all the various kind of estimates that's the individual dimension contributes towards each other. If you want to correlate, you can still go ahead per what you want to do. You can correlate them or something. Anyhow you want to do it, you can do it. It depends on the kind of results that you want to get. Okay. So correlation, yeah. So if you want to do modification, as yesterday we tried, today we will go over. You can correlate the errors. So correlation between measurement error of the same element. So again, with this one is acceptable. This one is acceptable. Okay, you can do it within the same construct. Okay, but you can't correlate an item from here to this side, or because maybe there is association between, let's say, E2, and then that of E21. Okay, so we want to correlate it. No, we are saying that it is not proper. Okay, it is not acceptable for you to move from one zone to the other, even if there are a lot of correlation between the two. It is better you stick to this. But as I also said yesterday, that other school of thought are on the view that they don't even support you correlating. Okay, correlating this and that, or maybe finding the covariance between this and that, will just reduce, or maybe try to minimize the error. Okay, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fix the problem. So if you think there is something going on between E2 and E5 in terms of doing similar work, or those two variables are working together in terms of they are giving the same results, or they are making noise in the model, why don't you rather remove one? Okay, yeah, you can remove one, and then at the end of the day, you can have a kind of a sound result. But if you correlate to, that is fine. You don't have any, there is no problem with it. But just that others are on the view that they don't prefer, or they don't want it to have it like that. They would prefer to remove it entirely from the model. That is that particular item that is making noise. So you just go through and see E2, that is item E2, this one, error E2, and then error E5. Which of them is loading warp? Okay, So the one with the least loading, you remove that one, and then you maintain the other one. You try it again, and then you can see if the model has improved. All right, so that is with the second order. That is the second order modeling that we talk of. This is another kind of model, another kind that you can also fix to your data. As I said, you can correlate it anyhow, right? With this particular one, he didn't bring the order here. The service quality did not come. Okay, so he just tried to link everything together. Like in our case, what we have, okay, what we have, this one, it is the same as what they have there. This particular one is the same as what they also have, right? By just that, ours is well arranged, right? It's well arranged. That is why you see it like that. Okay. So that is with the second order. That is the second order. That is the second order. So, and this one too is another. Okay, it's the same thing. Yeah, perceived quality, perceived service quality, which has got this. There's additional constructs. Okay, they have added one or two to rate. So basically, that is that. And based on this one, you just write your hypothesis. Okay, you write your hypothesis. So if you can see here, perceived service quality. Okay, this is perceived service quality to tangibility, right? The association that exists between them, right? Now let's look at that. It says the p-values in table 3 shows all components in the perceived service quality model are highly significant since their respective p-value is lower than 0.01. Thus, the PSQ, that is perceived service quality, is still intact after a few years of development. In other words, perceived service quality is robust against time, even though the socioeconomic status of the population has changed. That may be the interpretation that he wants to give it to, right? That is taking all these constructs into consideration. That is the conclusion that he made. All the constructs are showing a kind of relationship with the perceived service quality. Okay, so that is that. So let's try and see if we can go through and do it ourselves and see how it works. Please, any question from here? Any question from here? Okay, Isaac, your hand is up.
Yeah. From all that you have done,
okay,
what is I'm trying to get here is that you need to do
hello. 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 We can't hear you. Okay. Okay. Any other question? We can't hear. It seems she's complaining of the network problem. Network problem. Okay. So please, any other question? If you have question with respect to the second order. Okay, so if there is no question, let's go take our model. So we have it like this. this is what we have. So I have to deselect all this. So I just click on deselect all objects. Okay. All right. So I have deselected the objects. Okay. So let's assume that with this one we want to give it a name. So that name could be. So if you want to do it, you just click on this small button here. You say draw unobserved variables. So you click on it, you come to this side, you drag, and then you leave. Okay, yeah. And then you can add the name to it. You can add the name to it. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we rename it to, let's give it a name as service quality. See, I'm saying service quality. IT adoption or adoption, just adoption. Okay, adoption. Okay, so we can just name it as such. And then we can now link each from here to this one. Please, I'm having problem with network. All right. I think there is a problem somewhere. But before you do the second order, we need to add the error margins to this. Okay. So as you can see from the framework, as you can see over here, okay, you could see that there is an error here, this is the error, this is the error, this is the error, this is the error. Other than that, you will not be able to draw this particular line, the straight one. That is more of the correlation. You will not be able to draw it. Okay, so let's also take that one into consideration when we are fitting the second order. So let me go and add. You see, it is not allowing me, like the moment I click and get to this particular usefulness construct, the light there should be a light there. Okay, so that I can leave it maybe from here. Once it gets to this particular item, I leave it, then it takes, but it is not working. So I need to add it to it. So I come to this side, add a unique variable to an existing variable. I click on it, and then we just look at how it is. When you pick it from here, then you come to this side, you just click like this. Click, once it's highlighted, you leave it. Okay, and then you do it for this one also, and then this one also. Okay, then you can name the errors that you have added. So come to plugs in, then you can go to name unobserved variables. So you can click on it. You see that it has added the names to, or the labels to each of them. Then you can now come to this side, pick this the single-headed arrow. Now from here to it, is it not working? Okay, it should. This one too wouldn't work. Okay, it will not work. Okay, so let's dismantle the relationship, all of them. Okay, let's dismantle all of them. Let's remove all of them. Okay, so we are removing everything. Okay, let's remove everything. Now we have the errors to each. We have it. So then let me take it from here. Then I move it. So it has worked. It has picked. This one too has picked. Okay, so it also picked. This one too has picked. Okay, all right. Okay, so then once you have been able to do it like this, then you can decide to assign the regression weight to any of the lines. Okay, so let's say I want it, I want to put it over here, the regression weight. So I just click on the tip here, right click, and then object properties. The parameters, I put one there, that is the regression weight. Okay, so all that I'm saying here is that all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the 6 constructs that I have, from usefulness, anxiety, playful, decision quality, information quality, and then that of usage. Okay, I can name all this one as adoption, ICT adoption, or just simply put adoption. Okay, I can name all this one as that. So the moment you have something of this sort, then we are saying that you are having a second order modeling. Not at all time that adoption should have some kind of questions. We also, like the way we have 7 questions here, 5 questions here, and so on. It is not all the time that you have it like that. Okay, so you can also have an instance whereby there are no questions for this particular item, but you still want to find out if all this one are related to a particular name called what, adoption. Then you can't use it. Okay, so once you have done it like this, then you can't run if there's nothing wrong with the model. What you have done, the network, everything is in order, then it should work. Okay, so let me try to bring this one down a little so that it will be closer to this. So I have it like that. Just select. If you want to do it, you just come and pick this finger here, this one, pick it like this, pick it, then you come and click on the move, then you move it so that they will come together. Okay, when you are done, deselect it from here, deselect all objects. Okay, and then if you can see here, some of the names, especially decision quality, is not, you can't see it clearly. So come and take this, change the shape of the object. Change the shape of the object. So you just click on it. Then you come to this side, okay, just to enlarge it a little. So with all this, you can also try to enlarge each of them. Okay, if you want it to be a little big, you can do that, depending on your style. Okay, but as I said, it has no merit on your result. It has no merit. Okay, the beauty doesn't matter. Okay, so then if I want to rearrange them very well, I just click on touch up a variable. So I click on it, come here, position it. If you click on it, you get to see that there is something happening. You click, then you see something is happening, something is happening here, something is also happening, as you can see. Okay, you can see. Okay, then this one also, you click on it and then you see it as it is, right? So at the end of the day, you are able to get the beauty of the whole thing. Okay, you can move the entire construct to, okay, make sure that you click on this. This is preserve symmetries. You click on this one should be active, and then you click on the move. So when you come, it will move. Okay, it will move the entire construct. It will move the entire construct. Depending on where you want to position it, it will move it nicely. Okay, so once you have been able to do it, now let me move this one inside a little. So I have to deselect this particular one and then come to this side. Just move this one alone. Okay. All right. Good. So let me save it. Let me save it. So I've saved it, and then I click on calculate. So let's see what happens if there's something wrong with my model. If there's a problem, I told the other time, you are not going to get this in active. Okay, it will not work. Then it means that there is something wrong. But now we can see that there's nothing wrong with it, so we can proceed and check our results. Okay. So now let's click on the output. This is the view text. That is the output. We click on it, then it opens. It opens in a different output. That is the Amos output. You see it over there. Okay, we can go through and see some of the model fits. Let's see the model fits. Wow, this one, the chi-square divided by the degrees of freedom, we have it to be 1.654. Very nice one. Then we have the indices is also this. Now we have the IF is also there. We also have this one, the CFI is also there. Let's see the root mean square error of approximation. We also have it here. Okay, all right. So we have some good results here. We have some good results here. So let me see if I'll be able to run it through the plugs in. Okay, so I click on the plugs in here, and then click on, I want to estimate the model fits measures. Let me click on it and see. Yesterday it worked, but I don't know of today. As my system is misbehaving, I don't know. So let me see. I click on model fits measures. Let's see if it's going to get me some results. Okay, so it has given me some good results. Let me share the screen. Or can you see the screen, please?
Mm.
Can you see?
Hello.
Please, can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
You can see.
Yes.
It is in Explorer.
Oh.
Please, can you see this model fit measures?
No.
No, that one we can't see.
We can't see.
Okay, all right. So then let me share. So this is it. So the model fits measures, this is what I have. Now it is saying that the chi-square is between 1.1 and then 3. That is the recommended values that you need to get. Then the interpretation. Okay, I had the model value is 1.654, and it is excellent. Okay, it is excellent. Excellent. And then I have the CFI to be 0.92, but we need to get 0.95, but it's still acceptable. Okay, it is acceptable. The values that we had is acceptable. Okay, the fact that we want 95 and I have 92, you can't say that it is terrible. Okay, so over here it is acceptable. So it applies to the rest. The roots mean we have 0.042 and so on. Okay, all right. Now let's look at it. The cutoff point. Okay, so if it is terrible, then you are getting a value greater than 0.5. If it is terrible, you are getting a value greater than 0.5. Acceptable, it should be greater than 0.3, or less if it's 3, sorry. If it is excellent, then it should be 1 or more. Okay, so this is some cutoff point. Don't forget to make reference or to reference this person. At least he has been able to come out with something for us. Make reference to him, or depending on where you are picking your values from, okay, or whichever paper that you are taking it from, don't forget to acknowledge the person. Very, very important to do that. Okay, so that is the results that we have. Okay, so all that you need to do is you can just copy. You copy it, you copy, and then you go to Excel, and then you paste it, right? You paste it. If you want to include the authors to it, the name of the person who maybe came out with this and so on. So maybe as you have a measure, estimate, threshold, interpretation, author. If you want to go by that angle, that is fine. You can add the author to it. So depending on where you are taking your articles from, okay, what is the person saying concerning chi-square over 8 degrees of freedom? Remember, the chi-square is so much sensitive to large sample size. Okay, so mostly you are not able to get a perfect fit once you fit the model. So another approach that authorities have come out is to do some of these things. Take the degrees of freedom, and then you take the chi-square value, and then you divide it by 8 degrees of freedom. And then it should be between 1 and then 3. So just make reference to that if you want to add that. Mostly, some of the work that I do for others, I do add the authors, okay? But it is not compulsory that at all time put the author name there. Remember, you have already indicated it somewhere in your literature concerning maybe some of these model fits, or maybe in your discussion somewhere you have done that, so there's no need. So that is that. Okay. So let me share the other. Okay, so we have the model. This is the output. So we've been able to see the various chi-square value. It is this, and then 8 degrees of freedom. Now let's check the estimate and see. Okay, let's check the estimate and see. Or even let's see if we can still do a kind of modification. Okay, so let's check the covariance. Let's check the covariance and see if we have something more than 10. If you look at 25 and then 26, I think there is a problem there. But as I said, you need to also look at the kind of items that you have. Okay, if you have few of them, there is no need for you to just continue to delete when you even have a good fit. But the results that we obtained, at least we have a good fit already. Okay, but if you still want to improve upon your model, you want to be a kind of strict in your items, okay, then you can still go back and see 25, 26. What is 25, 26? Error 25, 26. Where is error 25, 26? Error 25. This is 24. Error 24, 25, 26. So you can do away with one. Just click on the standardized estimate, and then see the impact. Okay, this is 25, 26. Now this is for 28, which is contributing 52. Now the second one, 27, 74. The second one, 26, is giving us 82. And then 25 is giving us 77. Okay, but please don't say that there is 52 over there, 0.52, so we are going to delete it. It has no problem. Okay, it is rather this particular one, decision quality 9 and then that of 10. Okay, they are making the problem. It's like they are doing a kind of a similar work in the model, right? So we want to do away with one of them. Okay, so we are going to remove the one with the least loading. Okay, so this is 77, which is for decision quality 9. So we can decide to remove this one. Okay, so we are going to remove 25. So we take our erase object or our scissors, then we come to this side, 25, we delete it nicely. Okay, Then we can still go back and run our test and see, okay, if there is a kind of improvement in our model. All right, so let me take the output. Let me take the output and see. Let's see the outputs. The model fits. I think there is a kind of improvement. This one was below 0.5, 0.4. I think it was 0.045 thereabout. It has come down a little. The chi-square 2 has also improved and so on. So if you think, okay, as I said, you don't need to do, if you want to do another one, you end up chopping everything. But even here, we don't have more than 15. Okay, it's only this, but let's ignore this one. At least our model is okay. Then we can go to estimate. Okay, we click on estimate. Let's see the regression rate. Okay, so this is what we have. So usefulness to adoption. Okay, usefulness to adoption. There is a kind of what impact. Okay, so the way I am useful will determine whether I am going to adopt, or the way I see technology usage of. If you could remember, the study is about people or employees being able to use Excel. Okay, so if you consider Excel to be useful to you, right, then you have the probability, or there is a kind of probability that we are going to adopt it. Because if a thing is not useful to you, if you don't see the need of using that particular tool, remember, you will not be interested in. But please don't forget, if you could remember, this one is for the two groups, male and female. Okay, male and then that of what, female. So now the male students, the male employees or our respondent, you can see it. Just look at this side, the extreme left here. Okay, the groups here. You can see male here and then that of female. Okay, male here and then that of female. If you click, you get to see how the result is changing. The top is for the males, the down is for the female. Okay, so you can see that if you look at the male, everything here is statistically significant, highly significant. Just look at it, highly significant. Significant. Okay, this is, let me even up to this, highly significant. Now let's check the females. Go over here is 000, except particular one. Let's check the females. Let's check the females. Okay. If we click on the females, now look at it. At least some of them, but it is not as compared to the male student, okay, or the male respondent. It is not as compared. So if you are talking about order of importance, then we can say that the males are accepting those items in terms of, if it is ICT adoption, then they are more interested in the ICT rather than what the female, because of the values here. If you look at it, everything here, this one means 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so the first 4 here is 0. Let's look at the female. Okay, look at this. It's only this, and then this one goes to this one goes to that, and so on. The fact that they are all significant, okay, definitely in order of importance, then you can say that if I have this one to be significant and this one is significant, then this one is better. Okay. So writing exams and you have 90 is A, and I also get 99. Okay, also A, right? But in order of, let's say, importance, if we want to give some award, we are going to give it to, award cannot be given to 2 people. Definitely it's going to be given to 1. So we are going to give it to the person with the highest score. Although you all have, let's say, A or first class, but there is someone who had a better overall value, okay, he or she deserves to be given the award. Okay, so that is that, right? That is that. So that is what we were trying to estimate yesterday, but it could not work. Okay, it could not work, which I don't know why. I don't know why, just to find out the difference between the two. But I will restart after the break. We will break for some few minutes. I'll restart my system and see if it will work. Then, if it doesn't work, maybe it might work on your system. So this is the two groups, right? This is the two groups. But remember, the two groups, it doesn't compute model fit indices for the two groups. It's only one. Okay, this model fit is for all the two groups. Okay, we don't have a separate one for gender and then a separate one for, you don't have a separate one for the males and then a separate one for the females. Unless maybe you want to take the data separately and run it at a separate angle. Okay, then you can record the model fit indices separately. But the moment you do it like this, okay, over here, the moment you do it, combining the 2-to-1 data set here, you can get two different model fit indices. Okay, so that is that for the two. So if you don't want the two, then you can just collapse it. You can collapse it. So for instance, if I click on it, you can see some changes. Okay, you can see some changes. Let me maximize it for you to see. You see some changes. Female, males, female, males. Okay. So that is that. Okay. So you have it like that. Okay. Please, any question? Do you have any question here? Any question from here? There's no question. Okay. So let me save this one. Let me save it. And then let me save it. Let me make it T1. We are in C, so we are going to D. T1T. Okay, T1T. And then on, I don't want the grouping, so I can just double click and delete. Okay, delete. Okay, and then the female. Usually the default one, you see group, the default, you see group number 1. Okay, you see group number 1. That is what you see. That is what you see. When you run the application for the first time, that is what you see. So over here, there's nothing like group by gender or any kind of variable. Okay, so then let's try to also run it. So I'm doing it, then I'll check the results. Check the results, the output. Okay, so let me see. So this is for the entire model. Okay, you can't see any grouping here, right? Here there's nothing like grouping. There's nothing like grouping here. Okay, it's for the entire model, Okay, so this is what you see. This is what we see, right? They are all significant. Okay, anxiety to adoption. So if someone is has, let's say, something like information quality, if the person sees certain quality about the kind of results that he or she is getting from Excel or the usage of Excel, then the person is likely to be to adopt the application for his or her activities. Okay, and then playful, and then that of anxiety, and so on. Then the usage is also there, right? So out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hypothesis. Okay, this one is like a reference point. Okay, so there is no result for that. Okay, so you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can decide to state 5 hypotheses depending on what you have. Okay, if you look at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But bear in mind that anytime you are performing this second order, 1 should be for a reference point. Okay, a reference point. So your hypothesis you can state it in 5 directions, right? All right. So that is what you have. You can check the standardized regression weight 2 and see. You can check the standardized regression weight and see. They are all doing well. Then these are their squared multiple correlation. Also very good, excellent. Okay, doing very well, right? So that is for the what's the name? That is for the second order modeling. So based on this, you can just begin to write your once you have tested everything is on course, you can do your test of hypothesis from here. Okay, please, I am done with second order modeling. Second order modeling, as you can see in this paper that I have given you, or you have, this is the same thing that we have done with the various results there. Okay, so it's the same thing that we have been able to do, right? The same thing. Well, if you want us to do this particular one, let's see. Let's try to see if we can do that one. Okay, let's try to see if we can do this particular one. So aside this, let's bring one construct to this side. So let me go and take my model. I'm bringing one construct to this side. Okay, that is the social desire, right? So let me create one construct here. So I click on this button here, draw a latent variable. I click on it, and then I come to this side. I click, drag, open, and then how many questions? Let me see. I want to put all those small, I think they were 2, 2, 2. So let me put 4. Okay, let me put 4. So I click on this button, select variables in data set. I click on it. Then social, where is social? Social dimension, desire. Where are you? Whoosh. Okay, some of them were not significant yesterday when we did it, but you let me just pick any of them, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then that is 4. Okay. So 1 here, let me do away with this 1 and bring the 1 here. Okay. Now let me resize it. So I click on the plugins, then I select resize observe variables. I click on it nicely. With this particular one, I can space it, so I click on the move and then try to open it a little for me to just see. Then I can add the errors to this side. So I also click on name on observe variable. I click on it and I have everything here. I can rename it to social text. So I do away with the F1 and say social. Okay, the desire, social D. Okay, Then I click on the button. I can rotate it if I don't want where the direction is. So I click on rotate. This is rotate the indicators. So I click on it, then click on this, click on it, click on it, depending on how you want it. Okay. Depending on how you want it. So if you click, it will move. If you want it like this, that is fine. If you want it like this, that is also fine. Okay, so let's make it like this. Let's try to do it like this or like that and move it to the top a little. Okay, yeah, so it's also here, right? Then we can't move it. If you see the paper, if you see the paper, it is from corporate, that is the second group order, to that's dependent, the new variable, okay, with 8 error. So let's also do same. Let's do same. So we are moving it from here to this side. But because now it's going to act as a dependent variable, we add the error to it. So let me go and add a unique variable to it. Click on it, come to this side, click, and then get the error. Then add the error to it. So I have my error. If I don't want where it is positioned, I can bring it down a little, click and move it down to this side. Okay, take this one and then at least squeeze it. Resize the box a little. Resize this one also. That is if I think it is not good enough for me, I can move this one to this side also. Okay, so that is for those who want beauty, as I said. If you want beauty, then you can do all those. All right, so from here, I can move it from this side to this side. Okay, so let me run it. Save. Once you are done, you save it, and then you click on compute or calculate estimate. So let's see what is going to happen. So we have it like that. Let me check the results. Before then, let me check the estimate, the model fit. In fact, the estimate should be the last thing that you should be checking in terms of the regression, the relationship that you are establishing. The first thing is the model fit indices. So let's click on it. Let's see, this one is 1.665, there's 7. Okay. The root mean square error is also there, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get a better narration from the software. So I click on the plugins, click on it, and then select the model fits measures. Model fits measures. I click on it. Let's see what I'm going to get. Let me share the screen with you. Okay, so I have it like this. So I think everything is in order. It's acceptable. Everything is in order. Everything is in order here. Excellent and acceptable. So I'm okay. I'm free. Okay. I'm free. I'm okay. So I can go ahead. Remember, you need to check for the convergence and all those kind of validity, which we already know. Okay, already we know how to compute all those. Okay, so that is that. Then we can now take the results and see. Let's take the results. Let's take the results. Let's take the results. Where is the results? Okay, so click on the output. Let's see the estimate. So then we can see from here, after adding social D, okay, so that one too is statistically significant, okay, except this one which is showing a negative relationship, but still it is significant. So this is inverse relationship between anxiety and then adoption. Okay, there is inversely related, okay, relationship between anxiety and then adoption, but the rest positive. So it means that the more useful you see that particular item, the higher your level of adoption, depending on the value here. Okay, so if you check the standardized regression weight, you can put it in percentage. This one, you can't classify it in terms of percentage because it is not standardized. Okay, it is not standardized. So if you want to talk in terms of percentage, then I would advise you use the standardized regression weight. That would enable you to talk in terms of which one is more significant, in terms of the significance, which is more than the other. So this is a standardized regression weight. So usefulness to adoption, if I see how useful the technology that they are bringing on board is, then my level of adoption is approximately, this is giving us 72%. Then the usage to adoption is giving 35% approximately. The information quality to adoption is giving us 88%, or let's say approximately 89%. Decision quality to adoption is 78%. The playful to adoption, 49%. And then anxiety to adoption is negative 20%. Okay, that is in terms of percentage, you just multiply everything by 100. That is all. Okay, yeah. So this is a kind of relation. So if you are talking in terms of the one which is more significant, in terms of which one the people see it to be more or to have much impact on ICT adoption or whatever adoption that you are talking of, then the first thing is to look at information quality. Okay, information quality. So let's go through the original data set and see the what is even at that site. Okay, let me see. What is with that kind of information quality? Let me open my Excel. Oh, I said Excel. Whoa. Okay, please, any question? Okay, so let me open the information quality. Let's see what is there. Information, that is information acquisition. Oh, this is not what I want. I want the full one. Oh, where are you? Anyway, so please, any questions so far? Do you have any question? Hello? You are not talking, no?
Hi, Mr. Asari.
Yes, madam.
Yes, I'm around though. I'm following.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the original question. So information quality, information acquisition. Where are you? IF. I'm not even. Okay. Anyway, so please, if there is no question, then we move on. I'm trying to get the data set, but it seems if there is no question, then we move on. Master Solo, any question?
No question. Oh.
Okay. Okay, so then we can move on. All right. Okay, let me take the. All right, so that is that. So depending on the kind of maybe a paper that you want to write or a kind of research that you want to do, these are some of the ways that you can use and get more information. Okay. Now the next thing that we will be doing is okay. So we are done with second order. Finish with second order. Okay. Then we also looked at the multi group. Okay, so we are going to look at mediation. Okay, so we are going to look at mediation. This is one of the areas that, I mean, most people have a lot of variables that they want to find out if it mediates with one variable or the other. So we will look at it in brief. Okay, so let me see. But before then, I have prepared something small. This is mediation versus moderation and differences. Okay. So if you have these two variables here, okay, then we want to find out if before you can, let's say if you are from curiosity and you want to get to learning, you need to pass through this discovery, okay, before you come to this side, right? So this is a kind of an indirect way to get to a point, okay? In simply put, that is the definition, okay? You are from point A, you want to get to points, let's say C, right? It's not that you cannot get to this side, though. You can get to this side, all right. But can I pass another place? Okay, can I pass another area before I get to, let's say, my destination? This is a direct effect, okay? But because of the mediation, okay, we are saying that the same place, can we use this angle? Okay, can we pass through these points? So if here is point A and then point C, our final destination, and then here is point B. Can we say that we need to pass through point B, okay, before we get to point C, right? But remember, you can do away with point B, okay? Mediation simply means that this particular variable, you can do away with it. It is not a must that you must pass through it before you get to this particular or your destination, right? But if you look at moderation, okay, the moderation is you need to pass it through me before you get there. If you don't pass through me, you are not getting there. That is a little bit rigid in a way, okay? But they are just assumptions that you why must I pass through you before I get to wherever I want to get to, right? So that is, if you have it like this, as the line is coming down, moderation, that is the moderation. But if you need to pass through someone before you get to another destination, then an indirect way, then you talking about the mediation. Okay. All right. The slide that I gave you, there are a lot of, this is a very complex model that I looked at, very complex, okay, but I will come back later. Let me share the other slide that I gave you. Okay, I think there are two of them. So if you look at it from the beginning, I think there is a more definition there. That is, if you want to go by definition, you can look at it. Okay, the definition is there, right? Condition for mediation and so. All right, so just have time to look at them. Just have time to look at them, and then I think you'll be fine. All right, so this is types of mediation. Okay, so from here to this, that is the indirect one. Okay, so we have from here to also there, also having a kind of a partial one, and then the full one is also there, right? Okay, and I think there is a kind of interpretation too, right? Some of late, I read somewhere that of late, most reviewers are not much interested in whether it is a full mediation or it's a partial mediation. All that they want to find out is there a form of mediation? Is something happening between two variables or something before you can get to another place, right? So it is not all that necessary. We're saying partial mediation. Mediation is mediation. Once there is a mediation, there is a mediation. So don't worry yourself thinking of getting is it partial mediation or full mediation or no mediation, whatever. Okay. All right. So that is that. So you can just go through and see testing for mediation and in Amos, right? So the direct effect is there. Then you run it, you get some results. Then after you adding the mediator, okay, the mediator. So this is the mediator here, okay. You also do it, and then you check the results. Then testing significance of a partial mediated path. Yeah, this is a Subel test. It is a test I think you need to install. When you install, it will become part of SPSS. It will become part of SPSS, and you can use it to do your testing. Okay. So, or if you click on this particular link, I think it should take you there. It should take you there for you to, that you need to just follow some few steps and then do that. It will ask you some few things, then you key in the values, and then at the end of the day, you are able to get whether there is mediation or there is no mediation. Okay, so if you want to perform the mediation or whatever the effect, the indirect effect, you must ensure that you select the perform bootstrap, okay, and then check the various increase it at least 1,000, okay, and then your data should be or should have no missing observation. Remember, if you have missing observation, it will not be able to run. So you need to, in fact, prepare your data very well before you proceed. Okay. All right. So the steps are here. The steps are here. You can look at it and then do save. All right. So let's take the software. let's take the software and then.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
You didn't talk about moderation. No. You talked about mediation. I heard very
yes.
little on moderation.
Okay, so the mediation, the moderation is there. Let me show you the slide. You will do it, so don't worry.
Okay.
I'm just trying to show you the. Okay, it seems this one. This is moderation concept. Okay. So moderation concept is also. It says moderation variable must be chosen with strong theoretical support. Okay. The causality of the moderator cannot be tested directly. All right. So we will look at that.
All right.
It is more or less like what we even did yesterday, the multi group. Okay. All right. So it's like if you look at the diagram, the moderator is like it's in between. It is dividing it. Like pass through me before you get to wherever you want to get to. You get it. So we will look at that. Okay. All right. So this is another one to moderation. So you have this, you have that, and then this one is here. Okay. So this is satisfaction, moderating between this and that, right? Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's take the application. Let's take the application. So we move. All right, then we go. So we have it like this. So now we have this one. We can do away with it if that is not of importance to us. Well, let's save it. Let's do another one. There's nothing wrong. So I have T1E. Okay, so I can work in E. So I am in E, so I can do away with this one. All right, so looking at this, then it means this particular item can also go, right? This one too can go. Or do you think we should maintain it? Hello? Hello? I want you to bring your suggestion. Should we map this, let's say 1, 2, 3 to adoption and then use the rest of the 2 somewhere? Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to seek your view. Let's. Okay. Other than that, I just want to maintain the adoption. Okay. But if I'm just trying to find out from, should we maintain the adoption here? Or, okay, this one can go. So we can move one of them to come to the middle. One of them can come to the middle. Okay, let's say usage can come here. We can bring usage here. Usage can come here. And then this is information quality. Okay, can be a dependent variable there, right? So let me try to make the screen landscape, the landscape, so that I can get enough space. Okay, I can move this one here, or better still, if I want to rotate this one down, It all depends on me, how I want things to be like. Or I can position this usage somewhere at the top. Okay, rotate it, bring it down a little. Okay. All right, so we can say that it could be someone of the hypothesis that there is, before you can get to information quality, okay, before you can get to information quality, you need to pass through usage. We are just making an assumption, okay, because of the data set, right? So we are just using usage as a kind of a middle value here, okay? So we are saying that usage to this and then usefulness to that, okay? So it means before you can get to information quality, anxiety must pass through usage. Okay, anxiety must pass through usage, and then usefulness must also pass through usage, right? And then the direct, this one too can go direct if we want to do something like that. Okay, we can have something like this. It could be your hypothesis. If you have, let's assume here is adoption, right? Now we are terming information quality as adoption. Okay, and then we have a variable here like usage, right? So usefulness and then the usage, will it lead me to adopt the technology that you are bringing on board? Okay, please, I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have such instance, okay, you can decide to do something of that sort. Okay, you can decide to do something of that sort. It's very, very important. All right. So now we are saying that usage is my middle value. Okay. All right. So this is how it is done. If you want to compute mediation, okay, mediate, or you want to find the whether one variable mediates with the another variable, okay, all that you need to do is just you can just put some A and B here, okay, some A here and then B here and C, okay, so here to that, then here to that, right? You can do something of that sort to find out and see if it will work for you. Okay, so let's try to do that. Let's try to do that. Okay. Well, before then, we can just run it and see. Before we go on, let's run it and see if it even makes sense. Let's click on it. So we click on it, then calculate estimate. So let's check the results. Let's check the model fits. Okay, at least they are okay. Okay, they are okay, they are doing well. They are all acceptable. Okay, so let's look at the estimate. Wow. So now something is happening. This one it is not all that statistically significant based on what we have, but it depends on where you are standing. If you can say, if you have any reason why what's the name, anxiety can influence usage, then even at this percentage, you can, or at this value, you can accept this hypothesis. Okay, you can accept it. It is not all that much. right? It is not all that much. Okay. Now, we look at the estimate once again, and what we have only the direct ones, okay? So we need to get what's the name? We need to get or a plug-in, okay, plug-ins or estimates, okay, we need to get it installed. Then at the end of the day, we can perform it. So we have to, if you look at the bottom here, a plug-in called specific indirect effect, okay. So we click on this. I think yesterday I took you through the how to get the download, or I didn't. Did I do something like that? How to get the estimates or the plus in.
Yeah, you showed us.
Okay, today too, I'll go over again. So you just right click here, right click, and then you can say select estimates. So you select, you click, and then you look for your drive C. Okay, so you can see from my drive C, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can, okay, then go to program files, then IBM, and then Amos. So I click on the version that I'm using is 23. I click on it. Then I can use, let's see, user-defined estimates. Okay, so I go back, then plugs in. Click on the plugs in. So you see specific indirect effect. So I click on it. I click on it and then say open. Okay, so now estimating specific indirect path, it is showing here. Okay, all right. So then I have to label these ones so that the system will know that. So let me just right click on this, right click here, and then the parameter, instead of you to put a regression weight of 1, put A there. Okay, and then here too should be B. Okay, and then I can put here to be C, right? All right. All that we are saying is that what we have done here is that before you can get to C, then you need to pass through. So it is this one and this one that should lead you to get to information what quality, right? So if you also want to say that it is because of the usage, okay, it is because of the usage, that is why anxiety is having impact, that is fine. Okay, so then B plus or B times C should give you this. Okay, so you can check it from here. Even here, you can even make the model more complex. You can check one-on-one, anxiety to information quality and C. You can check usefulness to and C to information quality. This becomes a complex model. Okay, you are making it more complex. Okay, remember this one will be direct. Usefulness to information quality will be direct, and then information anxiety to information quality will also be what? Will also be direct. All right. So then, once you have done it like this, let's run it and see. If there's nothing wrong with our model, it should work. So save and then run. Okay. All right. So I need to do something. I need to bootstrap it. So I click on the analyze properties, click on it, and then click on the bootstrap, and then click on bootstrap this, and then I need confidence interval. So let me click on it, This one, okay, the system should bootstrap it to 1,000. Then I close it. Then save again, and then run or calculate estimate. Let's see. It will take time. It will take small time. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we have results. So now let's check the estimates. Click on it. Now you can see. For instance, we have, let's say, gender, okay, separating the two variables, okay. Gender separating the two variables. Then we can also say that there is some kind of differences, okay, between the males and then that of what the females. But this is one model. Later on, if you want to check for that, you can equally do that. All right. So there we go. Let's go check it. So you can see the results.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know what does the result tell us? Is it saying that if we are from anxiety and we move direct to info quality, the regression or the correlation or whatever is stronger than if we pass through usage? Or how do we see the effect of the moderating variable as to whether it is moderating higher or lower? Or I hope you get my question.
Okay. Yeah. So we are now going to assess it. But did we use information quality as a second order? I don't think so. So then these ones can go away. We don't need this. These ones, because there was no second order. Did we lose that?
Okay. It has items, so I don't think it's a second order.
Yeah. So I think it should go. So let me do away with this one. Okay, so let me rerun it and see. Okay, it's even asking me if I want to do a kind of a covariance, perform some covariance. Okay. We can even make the model more complex. We can make it more. So let's see the results. Okay, let's see the results. Okay, let's see the results. Check the results and see. Okay, let's check our model fit indices first. From there, that is the most important. From there, we come to the hypothesis. All right, so we have something good here. This one too is okay. Everything is acceptable. This one too is there. I think if I should perform the model fit, it should give me the results. Okay. All right. So let me just make an let me go through the regression weight and see. Okay, so from usage to usefulness, it is significant. Usage to usefulness, or from usefulness to usage, it shows a significant part. Okay, but anxiety to usage, one or the other, it is not all that. Okay, and so on. All right. So this is what we can see. At least we have an overview about our estimate from here up to, to this point. We have something there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hypotheses. Okay, yeah. All right. So this is what we have. These are the direct ones. So if we want to get the results for the what we want to estimate, the indirect path, we click on the bootstrap here. We click on it. We click on it. When we click on it, we get some results. Let's click on this button. Why is it not active? Okay, let me run it again. Check the output. So bootstrap, it should be somewhere here. Bootstrap. This side must be active for me to just click on. This side, this side, this side. Let me check. Oh. Okay. Let me do this. Let me co-vary the other variables and see. Okay, so we are on it. So I try to okay. Draw the covariance. Okay, let me do the estimates once again. Let me reduce. Okay. Okay, let me run it once again. Check the results. What is wrong? 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 I'm just want to get that results. Oh, I didn't select the right one. My indirect path, I think, is there. The model won't give me results. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, the model doesn't want to give me results.
He's being stubborn.
It doesn't want to. At the end, it's something that I just even perform it on the data set. But I don't know. I just don't know. So at the end of the day, I think I'll figure it out. We'll break for some minutes. Maybe for some 10 minutes, I'll figure it out, because it's very, very important so that we can get that result. It's very, very important. We need to do that. Yeah, that one alone, we can't forgo it. So we need to do that. I'll restart my system, and I think it should work. At the end of the day, the system will give us the estimates for this and that. So it will tell you that if you combine this part to this, then there is some sort of association, okay? And this one to this one must also give you a kind of what result. So you look at that. You look at that. So if there is question, let's ask. Then we break for 10 minutes. Let me restart my system, and then we come back to it. If there is a question, you can ask. There's something that you don't understand, ask. Let's help you out, and then we can take it from there after the break. No question? No question?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Then we can break for 10 minutes. Let me try
Okay.
solve the problem.
All right.
For some 10 minutes, and then we solve the problem. Okay. So we are on break. Please, are you there? Or we are still on break?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so let me share the screen. It seems the thing is there, but I was not getting it. I was not seeing it. Okay, so we run it at a time. And even if we do not even introduce it, let's look at it first. We click on the save. We bring in my indirect effect, calculate. Check the output. My model fits are okay. 94, 94, 96, everything is okay. Then I click on the estimates. Click on the estimates on the scalars. At the bottom here, you see user-defined estimates. User-defined estimates. So you click on it. If you click on it, this is the results that you see. Okay, A to B, A times B is giving you this. If you want more information about it, then you can come and click on the bootstrap confidence. Then it's telling you that the association between A and B is what? Statistically significant. Okay, that is, for instance, if we are on the view that, let's say A and B, I think where the B is, the mediation is not showing clear. Okay, let's try to make it. But is it the best? Is it the best? If you look at it, I'm just making some kind of assumption. Is it the best place to? If you look at what is happening here, if I say A times B, what does it make sense? What does it tells me? It tells me what? Because this one is usefulness to this. And then this one is to that. Hello.
Hi.
I'm just trying to make some kind of meaning, okay, with the various components. This one, okay. What is the proper way to say you are talking about, if you want to talk about mediation here? How best can you represent it? Can you represent it? Or we should try to put it here, and then this side alone. Will it make sense? That's before you get to see then between this and that. Okay, let's run it and see if we are going to get some meaning. If we have the other versions, some of these things would have been a little easier. Okay, but okay, so this and that, this is more of A and B. So we are saying that usage moderates between what? Usefulness and service information quality. Okay, usefulness or usage moderates between this and that. Okay, usefulness moderates between, usage moderates between usefulness and then that of information quality. And based on the results that we obtain, it tells, look at the p-value, the probability value, it is 0.21. So statistically, we can say that usage moderates between A and B. But let's look at the direct effect. The direct effect of usefulness to that of information quality. Is it significant? Usefulness or useful to information quality, useful to information. Yes, it is significant here. Okay, it is significant over here. Are you getting it? But taking it from the other way around, it doesn't show any form of force. That is, if you moderate it, it doesn't show any form of significance. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the ways that you can use to show moderation. What's the name? Mediation kind of effect. So when you click on the outcome, you get all these kind of things. So based on this one, this one will give you the kind of the direct effect for you to use, and then this one is giving you the how do I put this, the mediation kind of what effect, the A, and then that of what, the B. Okay, so you can report this one as part of your work, okay, if you are testing that. So it means if you have a lot of them, you need to do it one after the other. Okay, you need to know where to position it. Okay, you need to know where you are positioning it. So if it is this one that you are taking, okay, then you must also know, I think it was the same line. That is why we're having a challenge. Okay, so the system decided to take this side and that, leaving the other one. Okay, so this is my indirect effect. Now let's look at some specific indirect effects. So I click on this small button here, as you can see here, down here. Okay, so I click on it, right click and select estimates. So if I click on select estimates, let me use specific indirect effect, and let's see what is going to happen. So I click on open. So now it is here. It is here, estimating specific indirect effect path. Save it and then run. Let me see what is going to happen. Okay, check the output. Check the output. So the output, get to my estimate. So this is giving me the direct effect. Okay, let me check the scalar. Now look at the user defined estimates, the resource. Just look at it. Just look at it. So it is now taking, let me add the significant values to it. Now it is taking the system goes through all the model and bring out all the indirect. You see, this is usefulness. Usage is it mediating between usefulness and the information quality. And then it is telling you that if you look at the probability value, just look at it, it is not significant. Okay, it is not significant. This one is not significant. Okay, it is not significant. If you take usefulness to usage, and then usage to information quality to information acquisition, you see how powerful the program is. So you see, this one can, I don't know, this is a multiple mediation effect. Please, let's look at that. All indirect effects. So this one is from, let me write it down. This one is, where are you? Usefulness to usage to information quality to information acquisition. So now let's see. So useful here to usage to information quality, and then information what? Which one again? Acquisition, right? Where is information acquisition? I don't know where that information, but it says it found itself to be parts. But anyway, right?
One of the items for the information quality.
Oh, okay. All right. So it is taking all of them, and at the end of the day, giving you some good results. Okay. That is if you are taking the questions into consideration. You see, so that is how long the resource is, right? But without the questions, let's take this usefulness to this one mediating between this and that. It is statistically significant. So if you have a hypothesis that you are testing, just look at the number of hypotheses that you can test. All this indirect. So they are all kind of mediating for you that you can write. All this. Once there are three, then it means there's one in between. So this one too, information quality is now also in between as against even the questions, right? But I don't think someone will go to that extent of even checking the questions. But anyway, I don't know if someone, one of these days, I will see a paper of that form. A paper even looking at the questions. You see, so this side is for that, okay? So that is what you can see. So with this one, we have this one, and then this one is taking it like this to this one, okay? And then to the individual questions and so on. And this one is also taking usage to anxiety, or anxiety to usage to information quality, also not statistically significant. And then the questions also comes. Then it also moves to, I think the rest is for, it doesn't see any kind of a middle constructs there. That is why you can already see the questions, okay? Yeah, so it's like over here, it's only usage that is in between this and that, right? It's in between this and that. assuming that we added the lines, okay, we can decide to do that. Let's add, we can add the lines, we can add them all to this. We can run it and see. Okay, at the end of the day, let's see the results, what we are going to get. Okay. All right, so let's check the results. So we click on that. So this side will give you the direct one, okay, the direct one. All right, let's see, after doing that, we still have good results there. And then the user defined, okay. So this is what we have. With the, we click on the bootstrap confidence, we click on it. We click on it to get more information about that. So then we can see we have this one here. This is one. This is one, a main one, and then 8 questions. Another main one too is here with 8 questions. Then we have another main one also here with 8 questions. Okay. So it depends on how you are going to formulate it. The system can take it and then check for the rest. So that is that. So if you are talking about mediation effects, mediation, this is all about mediation. So based on that, you can say that usage to usefulness or usefulness to usage to information quality is not significant. So it means this variable can, without it, I can just go away. Okay, without it, you can go away. There is no need for you to pass through that, right? So that is that. But if you want to add the various labels to it, you can, let's try it. Let's try this around. Let's try to put more of, so let's put C there and C, D, let's try it, and then which one again, C, D, E. All right, let's check all possible paths and see. Okay, and run it and see. So let me run it. Let me run it and check the results. Check the results. Check the results here and see what I'm going to get. Okay. Okay. All right, then I should have changed the estimates to what I have here is the estimate specific. So I can change it and select my indirect path. So I click on it, save, and then run. So let me run it and see the. I couldn't restart the system because the moment I restart, all of you would be out of. So this one is still taking one. So I think we can be doing it one after the other. We can be doing it one after the other to get all the results that we need. Okay. We can take our time and do it one after the other. At the end of the day, this is all that we have been able to do to estimate the various parameters that we want. This paper that's, or this slide, this particular one, okay. This is what I was trying to show you. Okay, I wanted to also create that complex kind of model for you to get it, but I don't know why it is not picking. Okay, so you could see how this hypothesis is stated. it says usefulness, this is usefulness, mediates the relationship between anxiety and then decision. Okay, usefulness. I think maybe I've not been able to position it well. And then the second one too is saying that usefulness mediates the relationship between playfulness and then that of information quality. Okay, so let's see. So this one to that, and then this one to that. So we can have direct here, there. Okay. Okay. I hope you are watching, so that you can do the proper. If you want to link the variables, we will be able to link them very well. Okay, these are some of the things that every day we've been doing when it comes to mediation. We'll be there. I want to find out the mediation between this and that. This is how it is done. So I think it must be clear on paper, okay, so that you can be able to know how to link them. So this is usefulness will be here, and then anxiety, where is anxiety? Will be here, and then decision quality will also be there. Okay, so that is one mediation, and then usefulness, that same usefulness. So it's the same variable mediate between playfulness and that. So I think the positioning also matters in terms of how you are going to link them in the software. Yeah, but I don't know why it is not picking it for me. I don't know why. Even this morning I tried to just run it, and I was able to get all the estimates, A and B, B and C, C and D, everything there. But as I said, I don't know why. It's only one that is happening. So then it means that I need to be doing it one after the other, which is not, it will be tedious. It will be tedious for me to, well, I shouldn't say to be tedious if that is the only way that you can do to just get it like that. Or the other way around is to just use the other approach whereby the system estimated all the parameters for you. That is one way that you can do that. Okay, so that is mediation, right? That is mediation. Please, any question? Any question, please? Please ask question. But if you look at the slide, okay, so we select the same approach, okay, and then total effects. This one was going step by step approach. Then you have this results here. At the end of the day, you have to check the direct effects. Check the direct effects. Okay, I'm using estimates. That is another way. Okay, I'm using like already prepared, let's say, application that when you click is able to get you all the results. In fact, the other versions, the higher versions, if you have them, you will not even worry yourself to come to this side. You will not worry yourself. Okay, so I'm even trying to see if I can get some money and then get the higher version, the 26. Now there is 26. The 26 has got a lot of packages just to enhance your work. So you don't need to worry yourself to do some of these things. But the lower one, they do not develop those they add on before maybe they introduce it. Or let's say they brought those things after the introduction of the lower version. So they do not factor it into it. It was the 24 and then the 24 and higher. That is where they brought all those add-on just to enhance you to do the work. So with this one, if there is no direct effect, that's if no mediation, then we are saying that if indirect is what greater than 0.05. So when you run your direct effect, remember you need to pick it from the matrices here. You have the total effect, you have direct effect, and then that of what indirect what effect. Now what do we have? Direct effect. Okay, so the direct effect, okay. So you look at it from this point. Now it says if no mediation, this is direct, this is indirect, this is total. Okay, yeah. So if there is no mediation, then, or if no mediation, then if indirect is what greater than 0.05. So an instance whereby we say no mediation, then your indirect path is greater than what 0.05. So where is indirect path? This is our indirect effect. Okay. So we can say there is no mediation if any of this, okay, they are greater than what 0.05, right? So for instance, this one is greater than that, this one is also greater than that, but the rest. But if you have it like this, then we can say there is no what indirect, there is no what mediation. Now you can have, if you want to talk about the full and then the mediation, full and then that of partial, then given the direct effects, okay, let's even look at it from this side, right? Now, if indirect is less than 0.05, so you need to look at it carefully, okay? If indirect is less than 0.05, and direct is also greater than 0.05. So we are comparing two things at the same time. Okay, we are comparing two things at the same time, the indirect and then that of direct. So a situation whereby the direct, this is the direct is greater than 0.05, and then indirect is less than 0.05, then we can say we have a full mediation, right? Then you have a partial mediation if direct and indirect, okay, are less than 0.05. Okay, so you can check what the total effect. In other words, if total is less than 0.05, because direct and indirect give you the total path value, right? So if your total, this is the total, if the total, okay, if the total is less than 0. So you need to just observe it. If it is less than 0.05, then we have what is called what partial mediation, right? So these are some of the basic things, but I wish maybe in the near future you'll be able to get access to the version 20. If you can get 24 or that of 26, you'll be able to estimate some of these things without much difficulty. Because I don't have the higher version, that is why we need to pass through some of these basic things and then get it. So that is that you just observe it and then that is all. Okay. But if you have a partial least squared software, that one too is also able to give you the direct effect without doing any kind of computation. You will get it. You can easily get everything, right? You can easily get everything. Okay, so that is that. Please, any other question? So I have computed the model validity for you. That one too, it needs what's the name? Estimates. If you want to get it automatic as we did yesterday, I have just done it. And then you can see here, right? I have just ran it and I got this results over here, just to check for validity and then that of reliability. Okay, all right. Please, any question? Because I know you'll definitely be working with some papers on this mediation effect. Okay, with this mediation effect, it's very, very important to get it. But please, the estimates, if you can get the software, the higher version, it can help you to not to do much of manual computation. Okay, they have programmed most of these things over there for you, so you don't need to worry so much to get the results, right? I am praying that some of you will be able to get it. It's not expensive. I think some 50 euros or something, right? You can get it, and every year, is it every year or every month? Every month you need to, I think you can't renew your license or something. They have the yearly one and they have that of the monthly one. So if you want to use it to do a lot of work without going through this manual, let's say one or the other, the manual approach, you can fall on the higher version and then use it. In fact, I will get it myself. Because some of the computations, I don't have that time to do that, right? The moment you click on the plugs in, you should see all of them here. Okay, but these are the only things that I can get in the second, the 23 version. Okay, these are the only things that I can have for now. I can't get all those indirect, like you see indirect here. You just click on it, then you get the result. You click on the other parameters that you want to estimate, then you get it. Okay, but now I can get the validity estimator or the master validity, and then the model fit measures, and then also bring data from SPSS. I think that is the most important ones that I can get here, right? So that is for the mediation effect. Please, any question?
No question.
Hey, no question. Answer it, no question.
Yes, so sorry. I'm following.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's do the moderation, then we end. Okay, so it's very simple. So if we want to do moderation, we can say that, well, we can take one of these construct out. We are still modifying the model. Remember, I am in E, okay? So I can still decide to create another one, EF. So please also do that when you have access to the software EF. Try and do it like that. Other than that, now I still have my original model. After that, I modified it. I have it in B and so on. So I am in F. So I want to use one of them. I want to use decision quality, or find out if decision quality moderates between variables. Okay, that one. This is how I have to do it. So decision quality. Okay, decision quality. So let me do away with decision quality. All right, so decision quality, I will do away with it. Okay, decision quality. Now, in fact, let me show you what I wanted to. Okay, this is how it is done. Okay, this is how it is done. Now, for instance, we are saying that this one is experience, okay? You are using experience as a moderator, okay? You are using experience as a form of what? Moderator. So the experience will not be part here. You have to work on the experience somewhere, especially if you have item for experience. So you need to work with it in the main SPSS side and get a value to represent what's the name? The constructs, okay? That is one way to do that. And then at the end of the, you can correlate, see the way they have correlated them, okay? So this one is, let's look at this hypothesis here, or what this one implies. This is the moderator variable, moderator. And now this one becomes this independent variable. This one could be a dependent variable, and then you can decide to use this one as what? Your independent variable. So at all times, if you are using moderator, there is a dependent variable, there is independent variable, and then there is what? A moderator, okay? So just look at the way it is done so that we can also do same. This experience will be moved to this as a dependent variable here, okay? And then you can also, if you have another independent variable too here, you can also move it there. So let's see what we have. I think we can't even bring it back, okay? If we decide to bring, let's say, what's the name? Service quality. What did I even delete it? Decision quality, okay, as a moderator, okay, as a moderator. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. So we can still go back. We can still go back and then perform one or two things here. So let's see how we are going to do that. All right. Let me bring it back. Okay. Because of this is decision quality. Okay, so this one should be here, should be there. Well, let me try this. Okay, decision quality. Okay, I can rotate it, resize it. Okay, all right. So if this is name unobserved, okay.
We can't see you.
Oh wow. Oh, sorry. So this is what I have. I just brought this one back.
Okay.
Try to have. So if this is a moderator, okay, so this one can go to this side. Okay, so here we can decide which one is dependent. So if this is a dependent variable and then independent variable, this one becomes what? Our moderator. Okay. So we can do that. We can do that. And PLS, for instance, that software is able to do it better. is able to do it better for you to get the results. But as I said, if we are able to get the other packages, okay, the other software in terms of the higher versions, some of these things would be very simple to do. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's run this one. Let's run this one. I will show you another way that you can get it. From here, we can copy the results. We can copy the results and then move to an Excel environment and do save over there. Okay. So we click on calculate, save calculate. Then let's proceed. Remember, there is no parameter called A. Okay, let me take this one. All right. All right, so let me go. If there's nothing wrong, I think it should work. There is no parameter called A. Okay, let me use the indirect. Okay, specific indirect. This is the only one that I have, as I've told you. So I click on it. All right, let me check the results. Let me check the results. Okay. Okay, so if we are talking about moderation, as I said, there is a dependent variable, there is an independent, so dependent is here, and independent variable is this one, and now this one becomes what? A moderator. Okay, so let's check the results. So we have, let's look at it, please. We have playful, and then DEQ, and then that of info quality. Okay. Does it moderate? Let's look at the results and see. So can we have something like that? Playful. We click on the confidence interval to get more information. The playful, where is the playful? Playful here, and then where is it? Whoosh. Please, are you watching? Is there something wrong? Whoosh. Hello? My people, are you there? So are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, here,
Ah, okay. Yeah. The thing is not, it doesn't want to work. Okay, so if you can see this particular model that I'm showing, it is the same. All right, let me show you this Excel format. Let me show you. When things become difficult, we can still look at it. Okay, we can still look at the Excel template. Let me share with you, which I'm hoping it should also work. Two-way interaction. Okay, two-way interaction. So that is the moderation, okay, effect. So as you can see over here, it was developed by one professor called Jeremy. So it is a way to estimate the moderation, okay, that you have. So now the dependent variable, at least the package is, I think you have this template. I sent them to you. So you have it, you can still fall on it. You can still fall on it. But I wish you can, all of us can get the higher version of the software so that some of these things, we will not worry ourselves so much. All right. So it says the independent variable is the one whose relationship with the dependent variable is being moderated. Okay. The moderator is the other independent variable doing the moderating. The interaction is the product variable. Okay. So I think I should have, let me see if, please, can you see the main screen? This one, you can see it. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I'm saying that, can you see what I'm sharing?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so it means, let me try and put the A here. Okay, let me try to put the A here because of the, let's say, the interaction, A and B. Another way around is to go to the SPSS. You compute the variable to get the interaction. That is the A by B. Okay. Let me run it and see something. Okay. Other than that, you need to go to Excel, the SPSS, and then do it over there. Okay. Check the results. Okay. All right, because we need to get the interaction. The interaction is just the multiplication of what we are looking at. But remember, if it is, we are using, if this is the moderator, okay, and then this is our independent variable, this is independent, and this is a dependent variable, then we need to multiply the independent variable and then that of what, the dependent variable, right? So we need to do all those kind of calculation somewhere in SPSS so that we can just get one variable to represent. So let me share it with you. So this is the data set. Okay. Now we want to look at decision quality. So we need to represent decision quality with one variable, okay, with one variable name, okay, one variable name. So let me I'll have to go to transform here, transform, as you can see, select compute variable. And then I can say, before then, let me write decision, DC, right? DC, and then find the averages for DC, decision quality. So I have to move all of them there, click, yeah, it seems today it's a bit, but don't worry, we need to finish it. Okay, so we divide it by, this is, we are finding the average. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6. So I think there are 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So divided by 7. Divided by 7, then we click on OK. So it has created it. And then the other variable is information quality. So we can also do same for information quality. So all this one can go, and we can name it info QQ. Let's say info QQ. Then we go through information. I think it's information acquisition. Sorry, information acquisition. Click. Okay, so as I click, let me introduce the plus. Okay, so the third one plus. Then I add the fourth, and then the fifth. So divide it by 5, average, and also here by 5, the bracket. Then I click on OK. All right, now the next variable is playful. Let me see, that is playful. So I have to get that one also, its average. So I can also make it, let me make it just PLF, okay, PLF, and then where is playful? So this is 1 plus, okay, and that, then divide it by 7. So over 7. Divide this by 2 over 7. Then click on OK. All right. So now, if I want to view my questions, or let's say what I have done now, this is it. So you can see decision is there, info is there, representing just one variable here. Okay. So we are using the decision as the moderator, and then information, we are using the information quality as a dependent variable, and then playful will be the independent variable. All right, so we go to our model. We go to our model. We go to our model. Okay. All right. So let me even do away with this. Let me do away with this one because we are bringing it back. Let me do away with this. Okay. All right. So I go select my data once again because I've updated the data set. So where is the data? Okay, A3. All right, so I have new variables in it. Where are they? Where are my new results? Okay. So I click on, I think it's in the, oh, okay, so let me select. I think I rather did it in a different. I think it should be this same speech. Okay. I want to see those new variables. Why do I have to do this computation again and again? Same speed run underscore day3. That is a file name. This is a data set. Master Zulu. Master Zulu. Hello, Master Zulu. Is Master Zulu there? Hello, Master Zulu. Oh, he's gone already. Okay, so let me try to. Okay, so now I have it here. I have. So decision can be here. This one is also there. Okay. All right. So if this is my dependent variable, okay. For instance, I can't decide to link this one to this, link this one to that, this one too can go to this one too can go to this one too can go to that, right? Now, if you look at this template or this information that I'm sharing with you, this PowerPoint, this is the moderator. Okay, this is one moderator. This is the moderator. One moderator, and then it is going through anxiety and then playful. Okay, anxiety and then that of playful to that. So this one can be one of your. This is the moderator. This is the dependent variable, and then you can use the independent variable to be this. So now you can see if we have these two variables. Now this is experience times, okay, experience times that of anxiety, okay? And then over here too, you have experience times that of what? Playful, right? Ha. So that is what you do, right? We are multiplying experience by the playful and you get a value. You multiply it by that and also get that. So we can equally also do same thing. In fact, this work, it involves a lot of patience for you to get it right. So let's assume that we should not even assume. Let us do the writing. Okay, let us do the writing. And what you need to even do is, one, you take the data set. Okay, one, it should be standardized. It should even be standardized. Okay, but for this time, let's just find a compute here. We are going to, after doing this, getting a one value for, we are going to use decision C, decision underscore information quality. We are going to multiply the two, okay? So we move it to this side, okay? Multiply times, this is times, and information quality would be there. Okay, then we click on okay. We are done with the first one. We are done with the first one. Then we take the next one, compute. The next one is going to be information, and then that of information and that of playful. So information underscore playful. Okay. We also multiply, find the interaction between them. Okay, so playful, we select it, then we click on okay. All right, so we've been able to compute it, right? So this is the two variables here. So when we get to the Amos, I think by 6 o'clock we should be leaving. Today is the last day for this one, so let's bear with me. Let's finish it. Okay, so then let me introduce the data once again. And then we click on this. Now the data is in. All right, so the data should be in. Okay, so I save it. Okay, it's saved. I bring the data back. Okay, okay, it's, and look for the variables. All right, so the new ones that I just did. So I have these two here. Okay. All right. And then I can link them. I can link them to usefulness. Okay. I can link them to usefulness. So the two, link them like this to this. So if this is information quality, if that is what we want to use as the dependent variable, which we can also decide to create one for ourselves, we can do that. Okay, we can equally do that. We can equally do that. All right, so if this is all that we are saying, this is the interaction. Okay, this is the interaction, and this is the playful, right? Then let's run it. We run it. If there's nothing wrong, I think we should be getting something good. Okay. So let's run it and see the results. Interaction. We go to the estimate. All right, so please, let's watch something here. Now we have the results. So the interaction here, this is the interaction. Forgive me for today, we've taken much of your time, but if you are not able to do it today, we can schedule another time to look at this. So let's finish it. This is the interaction, okay, interaction. So you are looking at the impact of these two on this, okay, moderation. And then you are looking at this one also on that. Then you can see that it is what statistically what significant, okay. So then we can say that decision quality moderates, okay. It moderates between, let's say, a variable and then that of what information, what quality. So per what we have here, okay, we can say that decision quality, okay, decision quality, that is looking at this interaction, the interaction that we have here. This is an interaction result, please. Where are you? Where are you? This one. Okay, we have combined two decision and then that of information quality together. Okay, that two variable on information quality as a construct on its own, right? Then at the end of the day, we are seeing a kind of what significant. So if you click on it, it is even giving you some kind of what interpretation that this is what significant. So when you take the Excel template, if you take the Excel template over here, let me share the screen with you. You take the Excel template. You take the Excel template. Not this one. Okay. Okay, what's the name of this one? Not this one. Okay, the Excel templates. Okay, let's take this. The start to package out. This is what I'm talking of. This one. This one. All right. So when you take the Excel template, it is asking you what is the independent variable. Okay. So over here, let's decide what should be independent. I think I wrote it somewhere. I wrote it somewhere. Okay. So the moderator is decision quality. Okay, decision. We can put the decision quality there, and then independent variable. Okay, so the moment you write it, it changes here. Then the independent variable is playful. Okay, playful, and then we have independent variable should be info quality. Okay. All right. So then it is asking you what is the estimate, and remember it is the unstandardized regression weight, not the standardized. So what is the regression weight for the independent variable? Okay. What is the regression weight for the independent variable in relation to the dependent variable? Okay. So relationship that exists between the independent and then that of what the dependent variable. So this is independent, this is moderator, this is dependent. So what is the relationship that exists between the independent and then the dependent variable? So we need to go back to our results. We need to go back to our results. It's a little bit confusing, but I know that it will work for us. Okay, so we are looking at the relationship between, remember we are saying that our dependent variable is information quality, and then independent is playful. Have it in mind. Independent is playful. Okay, so we take our results, we go to the unstandardized regression weight, then we can pick the independent to the dependent. So information quality to that of playful, where is it? Information quality to playful. We copy this estimate, we copy it. Okay, so it is over here, it is 1.019. So we go back to the Excel sheet. We go back to the Excel sheet here and put 1.0, is it 19? Yeah, 1.019. I think yes, 1.019. All right, then we put the relationship that exists between the moderator. Okay, this side, it is the moderator with the dependent variable. So we go to the output. Let's go to the output. The results, the relationship that exists between the moderator. The moderator is decision info. Decision info. Where is the moderator? The moderator is decision info. Decision info should okay, decision info. Decision info as against the dependent variable. The dependent variable here is info quality. Okay, so this is the moderator. We copy this value, sorry. This one, we can take this one. Okay, another one too is this one. We are looking at two moderation. So this one too is this. If it is this one that we want to look at, then we take it 0.189, 0.189. So we come to this side. Okay, 0.189. Okay, then we place it. Then let's go look for the impact of this one. Is looking at the interaction that exists between the moderator and then the independent variable. This one is the moderator and then the independent variable. So we go to this side, look for the moderator and then the independent variable. Do we have something like that? It seems I do not create it. So like there should be something like this as against independent variable. This is only for the dependent. So we should have also linked the interaction here to that. So for instance, if let's take this one. So we take negative 0.183. Oh, so we take it from there, then we place it here negative 0.083, and we enter. Now look at that. Look at that. So decision, even at the end of the day, the system has been able to give us some sort of interpretation. Okay, it has been able, you can even copy this one and add it to your report. Now this is a moderation that you did, and this is the results. Okay. We have two, because we were using two values, we have two equations here, right? So then it says decision quality deepens the positive relationship between playful and then that of information quality. Okay, so even this one tells you that there is what? A positive relationship, okay, using the moderator, okay, or saying that the moderator comes in between the two before this particular dependent variable can work. Are you getting it? So over here, the moderator is very, very important in this scenario, okay? So you can use it and test for your hypothesis. But let's assume that if there is no significant difference, you get to know that the lines will move together. They will move together, okay? They will be close, but as you can see here, there is some sort of gap in between the two, right? So that one alone tells you that there is a significant relationship that exists between the variables. All right. Today has been a lot of facts, but forgive me for that. We need to finish it. We need to finish it. That is why we are having all these kind of things. So please, is there any question that maybe you would like to? Almost, we are now left with 3, including me 4. Rita, any question?
No, sorry.
So, are you getting the moderation effect?
Yes. I'm following.
Yeah.
It's sinking in small. So I will expect the audio, the recording, and then I'll follow it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sajuku, how is it going?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Yes.
How is it going?
Small.
It says today is packed.
That is it.
Yeah. But this side is very, very important. The moderation and then the mitigation. Very, very important that mostly you see it in many papers.
Okay.
They form the moderation and then the mediation to out if there is some impact between. All right. Okay. So, Zegovi, what about you?
In fact, I'm trying to follow to catch up on a lot of things because I would say that for this one, I was lost throughout. But one thing first knowledge of everything is some way. So I believe that maybe going forward, when I get there, trying to use it, apply it will be of good sense to me.
All right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So I think yeah. With small practice, we need to put a lot of effort into it. We need to put a lot of effort into it. In fact, for you to do this kind of thing, it's not easy. It's not easy. You need to get some small time for yourself. You need to get some small time for yourself to be able to do these things. It is not easy at all. So we must all try as much as possible and practice what we are doing. It's very, very important. Yeah. You just need to get some small time for yourself so that at the end of the day you'll be able to get what you want. You might try it 1 or 2, it won't work, but don't give up. just try to see if you can get what you want to do. Let me just quickly go through the estimates, the various estimates that you can. That is, if you can get access to the higher version of the software, it will help you to be able to do that. Okay, so something brief, then we can close for the day. All right. Okay, so this is the link. This is the link to where you can get the estimates. So you just click on plugs in and estimates. If you click on it, it opens the person's drive, okay, where the person is saving his information, where the person is saving all this kind of thing. So you can see version 26 or higher, Amos version 26 or higher. If you double click, these are some of the things that you get. So you will get the Amos, you get the Amos multi-group, which enables you to just do the grouping easily. You get the master validity. Then you have the indirect effect. All these ones will be estimated for you without you going through all these kind of difficulties. You see, so just look at how the number of estimates here, just to help you to do your work. Now, what I have is a 23. The 23, you see, it doesn't have those things. It only have the master validity and then the model fit. So there are certain things that I cannot easily do. So you need to be able to do it manual. That is why we are going through all these kind of things. Then if you take the version 24, also it has all those things there. The indirect effect is there, the master validity, the master, the pattern matrix builder is also there for you. With a lot of them that is able to compute the results in Explorer for you. You just copy the results and then that is all. All the indirect effects will be given you without any difficulty. So please, if we can have access to the higher version by buying it, that would be fine. Other than that, we need to just take it upon ourselves just to go through some of this manual. And in fact, if you go through the manual approach, it even helps you to be able to understand the whole thing. But you are writing a formula, you are doing this, you are copying it from here, you also get to know how the whole thing works. Okay, so if you are trying to explain it to someone, you will be able to know that, okay, moderation, as you see, even if the system do it for you, or mediating, if the system can do it for you, this is how it works. This is how you need to do it. This is how you need to do it, okay? By so doing, you even appreciate the application better, right? But if you don't want to go through some of these things, you can use, or you can get the other version. Yeah, some small money, you can get it. Let's try to buy higher versions of the software. It's expensive though, but let's try and see if we can buy it and then use it. Other than that, then we need to restore to some of these things, okay? But remember, every software has got its own limitations, right? So there are some sort of limitation that definitely the software would give you. Okay, so it has got the approach, how you can download it, okay, what each of the estimates does. It also has been for you that you can use it for your analysis. Okay, so that is that. If there is question, you can can bring it on board. If there is no question, then I think we are done when it comes to confirmatory. At least been able to do a lot of the techniques, try to do validity in terms of convergence and discriminant validity. We've been able to also check for modification of our model of our items, whether they are loading or we've also been able to test a hypothesis based upon the approval of the model fit indices. Then we have been able to do a multi-group, that is grouping your variables into two, the male and then the female. Or if you have educational level, you can try to separate your educational level into two. Let's say, what's the name? Those in the primary level or the senior high level, or secondary school and then tertiary, or anything. You can also do that, and we also did that. We also tried to look at the we tried to look at the second order modeling, okay? The second order modeling. We've been able to do that. Also check for mediation. We have done that. We have done mediation and then moderation effect. We've also been able to do some of the estimation. We also went through some of the estimates that enables you, or that can help you to be able to do some of this computation, to check for indirect effect, to estimate them and see if a particular variable moderates between A or B. Okay, so we have done, that is all that we need. That is all that we need. That is all that we need to be able to work effectively when it comes to the SEM analysis or the confirmatory factor analysis. At least we went through the exploratory just to get to know some of the ways that you can bring your data to the software without you going to draw all the network afresh. We've been able to do that. So this is a whole course on its own, which we've been able to finish it within 4 days, which is excellent. Yeah, so let's try as much as possible and practice it. Let's put it in good use, which that is the only way that we can all the time have it at our fingertips. Let's try and get some data set. If you have a data set that you want to work with in this area, try to do that. Okay, get some data and then work something out. By the end of the year, I'm expecting all of us to write a paper in SEM. Okay, by the end of the year, we should get a paper in SEM. It's possible. Just get any form of data and then see if in your organization try to do something and see. They get the variables, motivation, get some consult literature, get some information, performance, get information, training, get some questions, link them together. See if you can group the variable one or the other and see, put your ideas out there. And then at the end of the day, you also be a scholar. Someone can take your paper and then make reference to you as you also make reference to others. At the end of the day, you will get to know that, yeah, you are also imparting society. As it is one of our motto, we want to take the nation. We are trying as much as possible to capture the whole world. At the end of the day, you will also be seen somewhere. Someone will read your paper and then acknowledge you for doing that. So this is how far we are ending today's lesson. We thank God for that. We thank God for that. So Angelica, if there is no question, Sergio, there's no question. Kofi, if there's no question, then we are ending today's lessons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, there's no question.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Okay. So I think one person can pray. One person can pray.
Sorry, our certificates didn't come. The certificate, yes.
Oh, okay, that one, as I told you, if you need a certificate, I'll send it for you.
Yes,
okay.
I need a certificate.
Okay, all right.
I need to show that I've studied.
Okay, all right. So let's talk so that I'll get the certificate.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. So later on,
the line is getting bad.
Is it for my side?
I don't know whether it's for me or. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We'll be we'll be running different modules. You want to look at maybe later on we'll be looking at Bayesian structural equation modeling. What we did is maximum likelihood structural equation modeling. The Bayesian structural equation modeling is there. Currently, I'm working for someone on the Bayesian structural equation modeling. So later on, we will mount it. If you have the time, you can do that. Subsequently, any of our training session, if you have time, you can join. Next week, we'll try and do something on next 2 weeks. Next week, there is a program. I will not have the time. So next 2 weeks, we will see if we can run one on effective research methodology, how we can look at methodology. Is also a key when it comes to analysis side. Yeah, in terms of research, if you get your methods wrong, then everything will be wrong, right? So we will look at that one, and then subsequent ones. If you have, as I said, if you have time, you can join us. But all this one will be available anytime there is a new outline. It will be available on your page, so you can also get the information. All right, so one person can pray, then we end today's lesson.
Okay, please let's pray.
Okay.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for how far you have brought us. Father, we thank you for the knowledge that has